Distribution is obviously a key part of your business. What do you think are the top 3 challenges for fund managers now, in retail distribution?
Yeah. So, like I say, I think the first point is the market has become a lot more crowded and a lot more complex, making it difficult to differentiate yourself and to differentiate the products that you represent. I think the second point is a lot of investors, through various reasons have had bad market experience, and that scarred them. And because of that, it makes it even more difficult for them to woo these investors back into, investing in funds again. I think the next part, which is probably something that's happening around the world, since the global financial crisis, you find that there's a lot of regulations that has been enhanced, that has been changed. So I think the cost of keeping up to regulations as well as, compliance costs is a cost to be reckoned with.
And you also have to think about the rise of online distribution. What's your view on online distribution? Do you see tech companies coming into the market as a threat or an enabler?
Well, I guess if the online distributions are able to serve a segment which is currently not being served, and in a sense is able to actually broaden up, make the pie larger, I don't see it as a threat to the industry. Clearly traditional, distributors will have a role to play for people who want to have a face-to-face consultative approach. But, there is also a segment of clients who may prefer a online type of interface. They want low cost, they want quick speed, efficiency. So if the online distribution can actually cater and service this segment of the market, I think it's actually broadening the overall customer audience.
Is that good for fund managers like yours?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, it helps to broaden up, the audience who buy funds. At this point, you see that most of the online distributions has been limited to lower risk funds. But once the customers are actually converted, if they are mutual fund investors, it just means that there is an extra avenue to reach out to this group of customers.
Right. What about robo-advisors? It's a big deal in the US now, and I think it's going to come to Asia as well. Do you think this is just a fad, or it's going to stay and will be a serious threat to some of the distributors?
I think it's more than just a fad. You see them coming in a big way in the US, in UK. I believe in Hong Kong, recently there is also a robo-advisor of sort that has actually opened up in Hong Kong. Similar to my comments with regards to online distribution, I think the evolving trends, is changing. We see a younger segment of customers coming to the market. The 20, 30-year-old who are more tech savvy may prefer a different way of investing. They may prefer, a less hassle, less face-to-face, but more sort of like direct kind of contact with through the online. Cost, I think cost is also another aspect. So I think, all in all, it is actually servicing a different segment of the market, which currently is not being tapped on. So like I say, I think the traditional distributors will always have a role to play for people who prefer a face-to-face consultative approach. For other segments who has got other more important criteria to consider, like cost and like time, people who have no time to go to a traditional distributors to do a half an hour, 1 hour long type of consultation, this segment will prefer a different way of actually reaching out to them.